Welcome, dolls. Come on in. I've always been fascinated by occultism and portrayals of fortune tellers from the 30s, 40s, and 50s. So it's only fair that I materialize my obsession in doll form. The hat I am using comes from a Barbie fashionistas number 16. And here's a mood board of today's project. I like her hair color, but it lacks depth, so I add some lowlights using a pack of curly hair. I only did the perimeter, as she's going to wear a turban and most of it will be hidden anyway. Then I even the length out. I erase her face paint with pure acetone. Then I perm her hair by wrapping it in foil and putting it in rollers. I pour boiling hot water on it to set it. And follow that with cold water to make it cool enough to handle. Time for the face up. I begin by giving her face some depth by contouring it with a taupe pressed pigment. I think this face sculpt was originally meant to be either for an African American or mixed doll, so contouring it will also help me make the complexion look darker, which is what I'm after. Then I begin sketching in her eyes with a brown pencil. I then marked out the brows roughly with a gray pencil. Once I was happy with them, I went over them in black. I obviously gave her a 1930s staple, the pencil brow. I gave her major side eye. I think it really adds a ton of character to an otherwise plain sculpt. I then went in with a blue pencil to color in her pupils. Then, using a powder blue chalk pastel, I gave her eyeshadow. And I darkened the crease using a darker blue to give it the illusion of depth. I used a mixture of blue, gray, and white pencil to give the pupils dimension. Once I am happy with the eyes, I can go in with black to outline everything. Like a kid with a coloring book, this makes it easier for me to focus on one particular area at a time. I wanted her to have a captivating stare, so I added duochrome shimmery powder to her pupils. And I cleaned the fallout with a Q-tip. To make the eyelids pop, I deepened the crease some more with a dark blue pencil. For her lips, I chose to paint them red. I think there's something so enthralling about the contrast between heavy blue eyeshadow and a red lip. It's delightfully tacky, especially when paired with an outfit that clashes. Now that we're done being pretentious, it's time for my favorite part. Going in and intensifying everything using acrylic paint. Going over the eyebrows with acrylic trying to keep them thin was a suicide mission, and I still have no idea how I managed to, but here we are. I then highlight her brow bone with white. Her face was lacking some warmth, so I gave her blush using a deep coral pressed pigment. I then glossed her eyes and lips using glossy varnish. I used shimmery powder to give her highlighter. I think it really does wonders to a face-up and it photographs beautifully. Time for her hair. I first unwrap it and give it a general brush out. This was quite a complicated hairstyle to try and film, so I had to get comfortable and kindly ask my boyfriend to help me film the process. Thank you. Once I was happy with the front swoop, I secured it in place with a turban, which was just a tube of the same fabric I used for the dress. Then I put pins in to secure it into her head. I'll admit that this is not the best hair fiber, and the curls did not hold very well, but I tried to make it work the best of my abilities. For the dress, I used this Macau's pattern and made it floor length. I cut the dress pattern out of this gorgeous green velvet and marked out my darts. I also cut 2 sleeves and a rectangle for the top part of the dress. As usual, I will begin by putting darts in my dress and hemming it. As it is a stretchy fabric, I can simply sew it all along the back and then slide it on. I added a rectangle on top to act as some sort of lapel for the dress, and I hand stitched it. Then I sewed the sleeves closed and attached them to the rest of the dress. And that brings us to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it and would like to see more, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and comment what you would like to see next. Don't forget to also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at DoDeerWonderland. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.